Welcome to another episode of the Caribbean Edge. We are actually live on Facebook, so thank you for joining us. If you're tuning in, if you're a first-time guest, we hope you enjoy the show. I have 5 men ready to talk to you tonight about what do men want? So they plan to be all honest, lay all on the table for us tonight. And I'm going to take a few minutes and have everyone introduce themselves. So let's start with Chris. Chris, if you can tell us where you're from, what your nationality is, if you're single, and anything else you want us to know about you.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you. I'm Christian Mirabal, and I'm from the Dominican Republic. And what else can I tell you? I'm single.
Awesome. So Chris is truly single. Chris is actually the only person that I know on this panel. I'm meeting everyone for the first time tonight. And the way I know Chris is because we played volleyball together for years. And so I can attest that he is single right now and has a great personality. Obviously nice looking and a great body as well. So welcome to the panel, Chris. I'm so glad you can join us. And Antonio, tell us about you.
Hey, what's happening? My name is Antonio. I am Cuban American, and I am very much single for about 4 years now. And yeah, me.
Wow, single for 4 years. I don't think we realize men exist out there single for 4 years.
Yeah.
So I do have to share this with you though, viewers. Antonio did something really, really, really special. And it came to my attention because a friend of mine, Michelle, shared it with me on Thanksgiving Day, I believe. You were driving and you saw a man with his young daughter, and you pulled over and gave them food to eat and also booked them into a hotel.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So tell us about that. Just, that is so touching. Tell us what happened.
So I was actually just going to the store to purchase some products that I didn't have for, my Thanksgiving meal, because I just made a Thanksgiving meal to myself. And so I went to the BP, which is gas station that was right up the street. And I saw them before I went into the gas station. And then I seen they had the stroller and all their bags inside of the stroller. It was actually the husband, the wife, and the child. So I looked and I didn't say nothing at first. So my natural reaction was like, okay, I just made a bunch of food. I have no family coming over. Let me go make them a plate. So I literally drove home. I had put a couple plates together and took it back. So when I took it back, I asked them, I was like, I stopped at Waffle House because I didn't have no utensils. So I, started Waffle House first, and then I saw them and I asked them, I was like, I asked them a question first before I gave them food. I was just like, what you guys got going on? What are you guys doing outside on Thanksgiving? And, he told me a story about, him losing his job and stuff like that. Everybody, going through it. But, it's the way he said it that made me, and I was like, so where you guys are going tonight? And he was like, well, we just, had a hotel up the street, but we had to book out today and this and that. And I was like, okay, well, look, I got some food. I said, I'm gonna give you this hot food. This is hot food. And I said, I'll be right back. So I took it upon myself to go to the hotel. And I asked the guy at the hotel, I was like, there's a couple with a child that I want to book a hotel room for. And he was like, all right. He's like, I know who you're talking about. And so I said, okay, cool. So I booked him for the weekend and went back and gave him the keys to the hotel, and he was happy. And that's what happened.
Wow. Thank you so much for doing that and
no problem.
for sharing that with us and for being on the Caribbean Edge. Xavier, tell us about you and where you're from.
From Jamaica, living in New York currently. Not single. I'm currently in a long distance relationship. I'm just about traveling. I just love traveling and being around the family. I'm just a family guy, and that's me. Simple.
Good. And Kaylin, I think somehow you flipped yourself around. So
Oh, am I?
we need you to flip. Jermaine, tell us about yourself, where you're from. Are you single?
Good night again, and thank you for having me. I'm Jermaine Cowie. I'm Jamaican Canadian. I've lived in Canada for about a decade now. Um, I'm not single, so I'm in a committed long distance relationship. And yeah, fun things about me. I'm a youth ambassador for Jamaica. I've represented Jamaica on different forums and discussions and seminars in the past. Um, I like traveling too. So yeah.
Well, welcome to the panel. Nice to have you. And Kaylin, I think we lost your video here somewhere. I just saw you. Did we lose you altogether?
There we go. Is it
There we go.
correct? All right. So yeah, my name is DeKylan. Originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Born here in the States. African American as far as my background. I like to work, so see right now I'm at work. Other than that, I got my own clothing line, so I'm into the fashion line, streetwear, stuff like that. Right now I am in a relationship, so it's kind of fresh, kind of new. So it's exciting at the same time. So still in my memory as far as what it is like how to be single, that's still new as well. So I'll be able to add to the conversation.
Awesome. Well, welcome. So apparently we have a bunch of variations on the panel tonight. So one of the things that is said about men is that you're natural hunters. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Antonio. Antonio, what is it that you're looking for in a woman? What will keep a woman by your side?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence. Since I'm in the music industry and I'm an artist, and I do a lot of things outside and being at shows, parties, concerts, clubs, whatever. Women I date can't take that, and when I say that, there's always a certain insecurity that comes with what I do because of what I do and how I do it. And I just want a woman who's confident, who knows that I'm for her. You know what I mean? I'm not looking. If I'm with you, I'm not looking for anything else. You know what I mean? If we are in a committed relationship, then that's not something that I'm looking for. Somebody who's headstrong, who can make me laugh. Like I want somebody who's my best friend before anything. You know what I mean? I can literally talk to you about anything and everything. That's what I want. And what was the second question?
What would make you keep? What would allow you to keep that woman? Like what would she have to do after the initial attraction, and things slow down? Like what is the depth of the woman that you're looking for? Some of it you mentioned, like the friendship.
Yeah, like best friend. Like I love support. Support is one of the my main factors. If you support what I do, I'm automatically support what you do. So like I said, yeah, we gotta be friends. Like I feel like a lot of relationships start off not being friends first, and that's what messes up the relationship. So that's my take on that.
So a lot of confident women may say, yeah, I can handle that. And based on you being in the music industry, even for a confident woman, that can also be challenging as well, because you could be beautiful, sexy, have your stuff going on, but your man is out there around other sexy, beautiful women. As a man, what are you doing to allow that woman to feel even more confident and secure because we flirt.
Right, right. Security. Nah, so you have to give a woman security. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, but I feel like nothing works without trust. So if you don't trust that said person, then it's just gonna always be conflict. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to trust your partner. If you can't trust me, you know what I'm saying, then it's really nothing that I can do because that's on you. You have to put it in your mind to say, okay, I trust him. So.
Okay, so if your phone rings and your girlfriend picks it up, you good with that?
Whoa, huh? Wait, what?
Whoa.
Say that again.
All the men need to answer that one. Huh?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. We'll
For
take
sure.
that answer for now. So if you start dating, they can replay this one and say that was your answer. Thank you for all the people that are tuning in. Everyone's saying hi. We even have Sandra who says she's married, but she's still tuning in from Connecticut. Sandra says, I love him. What a wonderful, loving, generous man. So that goes to you, Antonio, for what we discussed earlier. Let's see. All right, so they're saying, let's get the party started.
All right.
So, Xavier, tell us about you. You're in a relationship, but what does a man want? So you're not married, so I might put you on the spot a little bit. How long have you been dating? And, what does it take for someone like you to take it to the next level?
Dating now, going on 2 years. We've been on and off before, but 2 years strong. Said it's long distance, so trusting plays a big part. A woman, for me, has to be family oriented. Drive. Going back to like what Antonio said, what keeps it after things settle down. We gotta we gotta still be able to push each other. You have goals, I have goals. Financially stable. A woman that's financially stable. I'm doing my thing, you're doing her thing, she's doing her thing. We could meet in the middle. Adventurous. I love traveling. I love family vacations. You're with your girls, I'm with my guys, just us. Like Antonio said too, friendship. I believe in friendship before anything. I should be able to come to you about every and anything. Speak about everything. Nothing shouldn't be hidden. We should be able to just put it on the table. If communication is a key, we got to be able to communicate.
I think we're losing some of your audio, but we're getting the gist of what you're saying. Okay, so trusting, would a woman be able to just look at your phone if you're there?
Definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely. And how challenging is that in a long distance relationship? Because we know on the women's show, that was one of the topics that came up, and it was very challenging, like, oh no, it's not gonna work. But obviously it's working for you for 2 years. And, what do you want from that? Why aren't you moving forward to the next step of merging into the same location at least? I know I didn't talk to your girlfriend before the show. I'm just asking.
It's very challenging. It's very challenging, but we make it work because we do whatever we need to do to be able to see each other. We include each other in everything that we're doing. As far as why it hasn't happened yet, going back to what I said before, we were like on and off for quite some time. and now we've been solid going on 2 years. And we're now having a conversation to figure out, okay, who's making that move? If I'm moving where she's at, she's moving where I'm at, or we're just gonna just relocate altogether to a new location. But the trusting part, it's the most difficult part in the distance. It's about security. I want making each other feel secure. We try our best to make each other feel secure in the relationship, and it's going strong for 2 years.
Okay. So, Kylan, and I know I'm screwing up your name a million
That
times.
was perfect. That was perfect. Yeah, that was good.
So, tell us, what do you want? What does a man want from your perspective? And also, if you have insight from other men as well.
Again, I think Antonio mentioned a lot of things like friendship. That's really important for me because, I mean, I got to be able to talk and have those conversations that I can't have with anybody else if you're going to be my lifetime partner. So friendship is definitely one. Trust, communication is a huge one. And that's what I'm learning now. Each relationship I get into, communication will get you out of the small little disagreements that you get into and bring along understanding as well. So that's like a huge, huge one. So being able to talk about anything and actually, you know, not waiting for something to kind of pile up or, you know, putting someone on the back burner, really bring it to the table right then and there and talk with your woman about anything. So that's a huge one for me. Independence is a good one as well, which was mentioned, because I like to be encouraged, but I want to also encourage my woman. So for her to have her own goals and her different separate things that she's working on, so I can encourage her along the way and we can build things together, but separately is also good as well. Those are like the main ones for me right now. I mean, you know, some of the things that got me into relationship were the first beginning steps, like attraction and having a lot of things in common, but it's those solid things like, you know, friendship and communication and trust that kind of will keep me, I would say.
So, what's the attraction for you? What do you as a man look for when you see a woman?
Confidence is definitely one, because, you know, outside beauty, you know, it can be defined different ways. That's like the first glimpse, but how a woman carry herself, you know, that kind of carries on the attraction and makes it real solid. It makes me want to pursue. Me being able to hunt, so I don't like women that's too aggressive. I like to be the aggressive one. So that's definitely something that goes along with that attraction thing for me. So confidence and being able to play your role, I would say.
Okay, play your role.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not to elaborate on that role in a minute.
It
What is the
depends.
role? Let's discuss that now. What is the role?
Okay, it depends on the understanding between the two individuals, I would say. Like for me, like I said, if you're a guy that like to hunt, then you know you most likely like to make a lot of decisions. You know, you like to be the man in a relationship to a certain extent, because I do like a woman that's, you know, that has her own voice as well, but certain things that, you know, I pay attention that she'll take a step back and allow me to lead. I think that's very important for me.
Okay. So thank you, Chris. Let's jump over to the quiet one, patiently waiting. What attracts you? What about a woman attracts you? And what are you looking for in a woman?
Simple. To become like my best friend. Loyalty. Believe in themselves. Love, of course. Like, she have to love me for who I am. I don't like when I go on a date, I don't like to impress anyone. I like to be myself. So I will expect the same thing for her, just to be herself. I don't ask for much, really. I just, you know, I just need trust and be fun, you know. I like them to not to take life easy, but not to stress over small stuff, and, you know, move forward, travel the world, just be together. Like, not, you know, prefer going over a friend instead of, having, going to a friend or friends when they have the time to share with me and things like that, just need like a best friend. That's what I'm looking for.
So that initial attraction, Chris, what are you looking for? What's your favorite body parts that, you guys are being very casual
If we
tonight.
go with
I know, I
details
know
like
it's the
that, I like back, but it doesn't really have to be
Do you mean the back itself, the back of a woman, or do you mean the butt or everything?
the
The
butt.
butt.
Yeah.
So it's the butt.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris is
It's not, I'm not looking for a model either. It's just more like their personality. If they're humble and stuff like that, they're fun. That's what attracts me, It's not just the look.
yeah, but the physical appearance of someone is
physical,
what
definitely.
people see, and then you get beyond that, especially if you're hunters, guys. There's a physical attraction at first.
Of
Then it
course.
could be the conversation to see if this person even speaks properly or to what you're looking for,
Right.
right?
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
So I need you guys to like spill the beans
I-
when you meet a woman. What is it you want? Antonio, let's skip to you. Come on.
Hey,
Antonio,
listen.
tell us.
The first thing that attracts me to the woman is a smile. Like she gotta have a nice smile. But that's not gonna be the first thing. That's probably like the second thing. I'm an ass man. You feel me? So like, if I'm gonna be real, completely honest with you. If you got a nice butt, I'm gonna look. That's gonna be my gateway. Like, okay, all right. Now I'm gonna go come up to you. I'm gonna look in your mouth and all that. See if you got all this together. And if you got a nice head on your shoulders, then we can continue. I'm gonna ask you for your number, and you know what I mean. That's me.
Okay, so a lot of women are starting to do their squats right about now.
I'm laughing
Chris and
at
Antonio.
I'm looking at these comments, so I'm cracking up.
Oh, you're cracking up. So if you see any fun ones, you gotta read them out because you may have different comments than I do.
Okay.
So Misha has a question for Antonio. She says, do you make her feel safe being that you're in the entertainment business?
I try. And when I say I try is you only can do so much. You know what I mean? If you're not giving off signs, like, okay, like now we live in a social media everywhere. Everyone can like and comment and put heart eyes on this and that and whatever. I only can do so much as a person. I can't help it if somebody else is highly attracted to me in such a way, as long as I don't open that door for that said person. And I've been in situations where I haven't opened the door for that to go on, for me to, because I'm not a cheater. I ain't really with that. You know what I mean? I'm everybody in my life since I was younger told me I'm a one-woman man. So like I can't do that. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, I only can do so much. It's particularly on you. You know what I mean? If you see me at a show and I'm doing my thing and girls screaming and stuff like that, you got to be like, that's my man right there. You got to know who coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming home to you. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. This right here, this show, this is entertainment. You know what I mean? This is entertainment. You know what I mean? So
good. And I think a lot of women want a man that is just committed to them. We struggle with that in the Caribbean lifestyle. Trust is something that, some women accept the fact that their man might be seeing someone else as long as he's coming home to them. But I think we struggle a lot with trust as women, whether it's our history with someone that cheated on us. So it's good to know when you can confess that you're a one man.
I'm laughing at, I'm so sorry.
Comments? What's the comment? Let us know which one.
Neil Martin says, no one wants to admit this, but no one starts out saying, oh yeah, I'm a cheater.
You're right, Neil. I am sure about that.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? There are men that don't. And I'm one of them. Like, listen, when I'm single, I'm single. I can do whatever with anybody who I want to do it with, where I want to do it with. But if I'm with somebody, I know how it feels to have my heart broken. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't did that. I was cheated on before, you know what I'm saying? So I know how it feels. So since I know how it feels, that's a feeling where you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't do this for 30 amount some days. And I don't want to put nobody through that. I have, like, listen, like, not to gas my story, but I literally have a good heart. You feel what I'm saying? Like, literally have a good heart. And I can't do that to somebody. So.
Okay. So when does a woman know that they are the one? Like, do you have a conversation as men to say, okay, I'm dating multiple women, which we get, but now I'm only gonna date you? Does that take place with you guys? Because a lot of times women assume that they're the only one in your life, and because they're giving 100% of themselves, they don't necessarily have the conversation. So do you recommend that we have that conversation before we assume we're with you?
If as adults, I don't see that conversation really just happening. Like, you're just sitting down and we're just gonna say like, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. You're the one, I'm the one. That, I feel like that's more like when you were younger. As adults, we move off feelings. As you're dating, you find yourself, we're spending a lot more time with each other. Your clothes is at my house, their clothes at your house. After a while, you kind of just get that feel like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm doing. As a man is gonna at some point decide like, okay, this is the one. And like Antonio said, you kind of just maybe like block all the rest out and all your energy is just focused on this one woman. You, as a man, I feel like I get that feeling at some point. Like I woke up and I'm like, okay, the player side of me is kind of played out. That's game over. Hang up the jersey, put it in the rafters, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're living your life. This is what I want. You're giving your time and your energy to this one woman. Eventually, this one woman feels that. She feels that energy. She feels like, okay, this guy is maybe not like the rest, even though women say, oh, men are the same. That's not necessarily that's not necessarily it. Like, you can't judge all men as the same. We're not all the same. Antonio just said he's a one man's woman. A lot of people would not take that as the truth because they're so used to men just being players.
I think it's about the stage in life that you are to some degree.
Right.
Men still want to play a lot. Women nowadays probably still want to play a lot. I have a lot of girlfriends that are still playing. So I think it goes both ways. But it's about meeting someone at the right stage in life. And like some of the things you mentioned, the attraction is there. I know I see some comments about, women are more than just, the appearance as well. And that's coming from men, and we get that. But, there's that initial attraction that makes you want to approach a woman or a man to begin with, to even have a conversation. If you deem someone as not so attractive or not your taste, so to speak, you're not going to waste your time. And sometimes attraction isn't right away. You could be in a group of people multiple times, and then there's just the way the person carries themselves, the way they talk, that makes you like, wow, I didn't know this side of this person. And it makes them even more attractive than the outside appearance as well. So getting beyond that, what do you all want? Now you've had those initial conversations and you're with someone that meets the requirements, so to speak, in your mind, the attraction, the friendship. What makes you keep that person? Why do you move on to someone else? What do you want from them? What's the substance that's missing?
Wait, what? So if you're dating somebody and then you lead them to date somebody else, is that the question?
No, like what would make you keep the one person? Like everything seems so right. What do you need to do to build on it? And it could be from the woman's perspective that she needs to do something. How does that woman keep you?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to what this guy exclusive. Exactly, how you say your name, brother?
Xavier.
Xavier. Okay, so and back to what you said. Even when meeting somebody, it's not always the case because I've been in situations where I've met a woman that I thought was nice, and we did what we did. We smashed, and then that was it. You know what I mean? It was a one night only thing. And as far as that, if we get into certain things, what we like to call now in this generation situationships. So we're getting this situationship with a woman, and it goes back to what he just said. What Xavier just said. We don't sometimes as men, this is the problem that we do have. We assume. So a woman can have a toothbrush, bra, panties, shoes, heels, car, all that at the crib. And if we don't have this conversation with this said woman that, oh, yo, look, I'm trying to be your man. I want to be your man. I want you to be my woman. I want to be in a relationship with you. Then we're confusing a woman. We're going to confuse her all day, every day. You know what I mean? No matter what we think. If we lead the party. Since we leading and we don't express that to her, then this is where the situation comes in. And what we do is we get into this situation and we stay in it. So it's like, I got all the relationship qualities that I need. Why do I need to tell you that I'm in a relationship? Now that's when all the arguments and the bull crap come along. I don't know if I can cuss, but the bull crap come along, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to keep this PG. You know what I mean? So it's just like for me to keep a woman, like for me to keep her, like it's like I gotta have that conversation. We gotta be able to communicate. And if we can't communicate about anything and everything, I can't, like, first of all, you gotta know how to cook. I like a woman, I eat. So you gotta know, it's like certain qualities that we need. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody on here play video games, but I'm a gamer. So if I get on the game, that's my man time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that like it's like it's weird because one, we can't read y'all mind. You know what I'm saying? So we just know off what you guys give to us. So you know what I mean? So it's certain types of times that a man just don't want to be bothered.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, sometimes
you just need that space.
But see, if we express that to you, oh, you don't want to be around me, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Chris, don't laugh. I'm serious though, Chris. Look, I'm being honest. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. So women got to understand that, like, because then we'll get bothered, and then it's like, now you thinking it's somebody else and you assuming something that it's not. You know what I mean? You thinking that it's somebody else, or we don't want to, you know what I mean, do this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we do is just at that time, just let us have our time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but yeah.
It's all balanced.
I agree with that, Antonio, because as a woman, I need my time too, and women do too. Hopefully, I think women want you to coordinate their time with yours.
That's usually how it goes.
Women that go to the hairdresser for 2-3 hours, that's when you need to do what you want to do, right? Yeah, that's a good point, is giving men their space. Men do need space, and I get that. As someone that loves volleyball and I've dated, it's the most annoying thing when you want to take away from my committed time to what I enjoy doing, whether it's sports, whether it's video games. So Chris, you can probably elaborate on this because you are very active and spend a lot of time, not just volleyball, but bowling with different friends. So
I'm an outdoor guy, yes. I like to do things like that. I do play video games sometimes too. I barely turn on my TV because I'd rather be outside. That's just me.
So what do you think about that when a woman needs your time away from some of the things you're enjoying?
It's like I said, balance. Of course they can do whatever they want at the right time, and same thing for us. Let me do my thing here, but I mean, we have to kind of like coordinate what works best for both of us, not just for me and not just for her. But we can, I mean, if we have a good communication, I'm sure we can work things out very easy.
Yeah. And I think I want to make this point too, because for a lot of people, your space is your space, right? Whether it's a man or a woman. So, Chris, for you, example that you play sports, you don't necessarily want someone that's playing volleyball because that's your time, your personal time away. Or do you want someone that also can enjoy the sport?
Actually, I prefer, if they're into I think it's special and awesome if they can actually do the stuff that you like to do. Imagine, for you, example, if they like to play video game as well, so they play with you an hour or two, and then you guys do something else. That would be pretty cool. So the same thing like you and I, Don. Not only that, if instead of me going volleyball and you stay home, we both go and play volleyball. So not only we spending time, we can spend more time together if that was the case. But that doesn't mean that if I'm not a volleyball player, I'm not going to go to the park and participate. Like, just, watch you play. Why not?
Yeah. Come support you playing.
Yeah,
exactly.
of course. If I have the time, why not?
How about you, Xavier?
It's not. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, as long as we support each other in whatever we do enjoy, like I'm pretty sure not everyone is the same. Like Antonio said, some guys are gamers. Some guys are indoor. Some guys are outdoor. I believe there's a balance. I go outdoor. You participate in what I do outside. Whatever you do, I'll participate in what you would do. But there's also that separation. Like I do need that me time. Allow me as a man to do what I gotta do, and I'm allowing you as a woman to do what you gotta do. Maybe time with your friends. Maybe focus on your goals. Maybe it's just that 30 minutes out the day of just quiet time. Just to get your head right. As a human, everybody needs that time, but as trust these days, it's but so short. So everyone tends to want to just be in everyone's face. And that's like a way of them knowing okay, well, I know he's not doing anything, or I know she's not doing anything because I'm always in her face, or he's always, but you got to have that space away from each other.
And
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going what he said. Anastasia, she commented, she said, to be honest, some of us women are unreasonable. We don't have a hobby, so we become so wrapped up in a man that they cannot function without him.
And that's true.
And that's very true. So women, we definitely don't want, we want a woman who all about a man. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be all about our woman. But see, it's this thing where, we got our boys. We want to go kick it. We want to go hoop. You know what I mean? We want, what I'm saying? Just, we want to, hang out and stuff like that. And then we come talk to you about the day. I personally don't like women who make me their all. I don't like that. I don't. Like, you had friends before you met me. Where they go? Where did they go? Bring them back. Like, you know what I mean?
But Antonio,
where they at? You know what I'm saying? So that's I wanted to touch on that. Like we don't like that. Like you still do what you was doing, you know what I'm saying, when we met you, before we met you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we like. If we continue further, don't just become wrapped up. You know what I mean? And then I feel like when that happens, then she's gonna be asking for, she wants more. And then I've been in a situation like that before. You know what I mean? I was like, where your friends at? I don't talk to them no more. Call them.
You know what I'm saying? But to piggyback off Antonio, what he's saying too is, 9 times out of 10, when you meet a woman, you get with a woman. You hear these women that they haven't been in a relationship maybe 3 years, 4 years, 6 years. And when they finally get in that relationship, it's like they feel that need, like, well, I spent 6 years hanging out with my friends or being by myself. Now they got to invest all this time into this one man, and it overwhelms a man. A lot of women don't realize that too. It overwhelms a man because, like Antonio just said, like if you had 30 friends before, how is it just cut down to like 3? You know what I'm saying? We're not saying you can't be in a relationship and you no longer can go clubbing, or you no longer can go on trips. You no longer could just hang out at your girl's house. You no longer could go see your mom. Like, women, after them being single so long, they get in a relationship and they feel like all that cuts for some reason, like it ends. And it overwhelms the man because now you're just constantly in this man's face and he doesn't have that space to be a man.
Mhm.
Right.
So for women that are watching, and men are watching too, because I see all your comments, you know, what the men on this panel are saying is, you know, they want you to give them their space as well and continue to do a lot of the things that you used to do before you met them. So if you did sports, you hung out with your girlfriend, still do it. But men, that works different ways too, because sometimes y'all complain that you're not spending enough time with you. If you meet that independent woman, you may try to change them too, you know.
It's a balance. You got to have a balance. You got to be
Exactly.
balanced. You know what I mean? Like, you know, still, you know, if you guys living together, you know, still do that, you know, whatever your situation is or whatever. But we're not saying, like, I think that's when it comes, like, if you're living in 2 different houses, you know, 2 different separate apartments or whatever like that, you're still able to, you know, whatever. But I think that the problem comes when we move in together. And once we move in together, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you still got other things to do before you moved in here with me. You know what I mean? So it's cool. You still doing, like, it just got to be a balance. Like, you do what you're doing with me. I appreciate it. But go, you know what I mean? If you want to go out tonight, go. I'm not going to trip.
A lot of women are saying you guys are holding back. Let's switch to something that I know is very important, and you guys need to elaborate as much as possible. Let's talk about sex. Caleb.
All right, let's go.
All right.
So to be honest,
Yeah,
yes, the sex got to be bomb. It got to be live. Got to keep it interesting. It's definitely very, very important. Can't lie, because if you ain't getting what you need, then that's when the thoughts get in your head and you start thinking might be other things out there better, and you start wandering and looking, and that's when all the other issues enter. So yeah, sex got to be bomb. I'm a Scorpio, so she got to match my level of freak. You know, we're gonna go there. So yeah, definitely. I think it's super important.
You telling us that sex has to be the bomb. What in the world does that mean? You're holding. What does that mean? What is the bomb?
Oh, you trying to get crazy? It got to be A1.
She gotta
Women,
get,
like seriously.
they want to know what you want.
Okay, foreplay gotta be A1. And when I say that, I mean head game is nice. She get the same thing in return. You know, we got the understanding, so it's automatically there. There's no misunderstanding there, so we know when it's time for that. And another thing, that's another way to communicate too. So like if we together, then it's really gonna be on another level. You know what I mean? So it's no holding back with it. For me.
Okay, we're going to turn it up more than that. But Marlene, question for the long distance relationship. She says, long distance and sex. How do I work that?
Distance and sex, how to work that?
How do you work your sex life during a long distance relationship?
I know there's another guy in here saying he was on a long distance relationship. See, my long distance relationship, I live in New York, she lives in Georgia. Our sexual life works because it's not like we're going 2-3 months at a time without seeing each other. Like we literally see each other maybe twice a month, once a month. And so sexually, once we see each other, it's on and popping. Like it has to be on and popping. Away from each other, I kind of feel like that awareness it builds up. It builds up so that by the time we see each other, there's no cap. There's no if, ands, or buts when it's going down, how it's going down. It's going down when we see each other. It's happening. And it's going to the extreme level it needs to go to.
So
When
is
you're
it
away from, huh?
phone?
Oh, listen, that's what I was about to say next. Listen,
Phone
I'm a
sex?
freak. So
Yeah.
we gonna need to have phone sex at least 3 times a week. If
right.
you live in New York and I live in Georgia, baby, listen. So let me tell y'all something. It's secret for those who don't know. So look, add it to your resume if you want to. But so there's this thing, right? You got, now women got their sex toys and they got men's sex toys. All right. So it's Bluetooth compatible, right? So I'm being honest. Hey, take it if you want to. If you don't want to take it. Don't listen. It's Bluetooth compatible. So listen how I'm telling you. So basically you got you got the woman got her dildo and the man got yeah. So basically what happens is whatever the woman is doing with her dildo, and it's the same thing that's happening to you on your end. So do you get it? Does that make sense? So y'all can be on FaceTime and she has a dildo, she's doing what she's doing, and what she's doing with the dildo, it simultaneously is the same thing that you're doing. So just to put it out,
she gonna mimic you. She gonna mimic you, basically.
It mimics. I'm just telling you, if you want to add that, listen. Long distance is too much for me. I gotta have sex at least 4 or 5 times a week. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I mean? When we know we're gonna be together, we're gonna be together. We know that. But for me not to go out and do anything with anybody else, you gotta welcome that freak in me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's just how I am. You know what I mean? So that's my take.
Thanks for keeping it real, because I don't know about that long distance thing. When we were younger, I had this fantasy that I would be able to do it because my boyfriend went off to the Air Force. But after a couple of years, and I'm a faithful person, no questions asked on that. But after a couple of years, it's hard. That's why I asked you, 2 years in, somebody's going to have to move or something going to happen.
It's going to happen. Eventually it's going to happen. But you got to keep the spice.
On the Caribbean edge, we're just saying. Christian, tell us about...
Long distance won't even work for me.
No, not long distance. We're talking about sex now. Don't try to change it. You're not long distance. What do you want from a woman? What do you want from a woman?
Well, I'm a pleaser, so I don't expect much, but to me, it's a big plus when they're very flexible. Either they're thick or thin, it doesn't matter. If they're flexible, it's a big plus for me.
What does it mean?
I agree with him. That's all. I agree with him. Put them legs behind your head, baby girl. Let's do something. Right.
Chris is blushing. So when you say, Chris, I'm going to call you out on that. You don't expect much from the woman?
I like to do things. I'm a kisser. So if they can, she have to kiss really good. And she have to feel it. I don't want her, to be kissing like a pro when she doesn't feel it at the moment. It's just, I like things slow. I like to take my time. It's kind of like when I'm eating something really, really good, I take my time. I don't just swallow the food. So I like to taste everything. And so I just take my time. I like to take my time. So I like to kiss, and flexibility is something that will give me a lot of options to do whatever I want. And so that's a big plus for me.
How about you, Dakellen?
Mr. Scorpio.
Nah, like I to be honest, like I like spontaneous stuff. So you know, I like to take it back sometimes. Like, let's go do this. Let's go be sneaky real quick. Let's go. Sometimes me and my girl, we go have sex in the car sometime to keep it nice and interesting. So we do different things outside. You know, I like to keep it interesting, so I like to switch it up. But definitely, flexibility is always good because, of course, you can do anything you want, like you said. But yeah, like you know, there's really no limits for real. You know, I don't get too crazy, but yeah, definitely.
I
So
agree.
what about women keeping that attraction going? What are you looking for from a woman and from yourself as well to keep it going, keep that spice going?
You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up. You gotta be adventurous. You gotta try new things. You gotta be willing and able and want to try new things. You can't just be in this box.
So what are the new things that you do as a man that you like?
As a man, I'm a man. I like when the women pull out the toys. Like, don't be afraid to pull out the toys. Don't keep that dildo in the panty drawer in the back. You got to pull it out. You got to put it on the bed. That vibrator, you got to put it on the bed. You got to whip it out. You like to watch porn, whatever porn you like to watch. We got to be able to like watch it together. That's what you like, what I like. Let's feel each other out. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Put it on the table. Let's not, we adults now, like men and women keep things like in a secret, like we still 18 or 16. There's no need for that. Like, I like a woman that's open. Like, let's be open about it. Let me feel you, you feel me. Like, what you like, what I like. That orgasm, you gotta have the orgasm. Like,
Yeah,
if you're not busting them nuts.
Oh, now?
Yeah,
You see, Xavier,
You'll
run into some women that don't feel like men are as freaky as them. So that's why they don't want to. And I have this conversation with women. Women don't want to say that because they believe that they're gonna scare us off. Nah, baby, this 50 Shades of Grey over here.
Right,
I'm gonna put you in some chain. I'm gonna hang you up. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna hang you up. We gonna get it popping. That's my bad. I don't want to get too crazy.
But not all women have dildos, so you know.
And not all guys like that either.
Exactly. Not all guys like that because
I've been married before for like almost 11 years, and we have never needed a toy to have a good time. But the thing is that, you know, I don't think they have to act or call for sex or anything like that. I think the most sexy thing is like when you live with that person, it's always to be ready. If I come from work, I take a shower, whatever I'm doing, either playing video games or I'm cooking, helping her, and things happen. I don't need to stop and say, hey, let me just like kind of rinse a little bit or, you know, take a shower and kill the moment. I like, and you know, spontaneous things as well. Things that just happen and that's it. Like go with the flow, but always be ready because when that moment happen is great. You don't want it to like, you know, kill it by saying, well, let me just do something. Like you already know what you're gonna be doing. Instead of like, you know, she can sit next to me in the couch while I'm watching TV, but we don't have anything planned, but it just happened and boom, great. That's what I like. So being sexy and everything, the women don't have to really spend that much money, in my opinion. They just have to be sexy and at home. Like they don't need to call me. Like I could be watching TV. She could be cleaning or pretending to be cleaning and showing a piece of ass and amazing. I mean, things like that will kind of call it out, you know, like why not? It's just being sexy, just being home naturally, not just modeling, you know, it's just different. It have to come out just like nothing, you know.
I wanted to get ratchet at any minute for this.
Nah, for real though.
I wanted to get ratchet. Yeah, for real.
Like, what that means to you. What does that mean?
What ratchet mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to me, like seriously, like just being herself at any time. For me, you know, I love Black women. So when I say ratchet, it's that inner attitude that they have. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to sex, we could be anywhere. If she want it right then, she might just go ahead and express it. and do something nasty, I'm with it. So if she know I'm with it, that's, it can go down anywhere for real, to be honest.
Okay, so she's freaky then, you're driving on the road and she said, hey, pull over. Okay.
Right. One of them. Mhm.
Absolutely.
So let's see what some of the viewers are saying. So Marlene says we have chain and feathers. Women are freaky, and if she's not getting freaky with you, it means you're not doing a good job. So how do you guys know when you're doing a good job?
Oh, by her reaction, really.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute now. It ain't the reaction, because some women say, I ain't never say personally, I never had nobody fake. You know what I mean? Like we know you know when it's real. You know what I mean? Like, like it's like when you know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much I can explain that. Like, when you know you're doing it good, if she a squirter and all this other type of stuff, like I done been in situations where, like, speaking what Krista said, like she was doing the dishes and you know what I mean? And I pulled down the little boy shorts and I got to working. And next thing you know, I felt like I was in Hawaii. I was surfing on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So you know when you know, you know.
Yeah, I like what Chris said too, because I agree. It doesn't take a lot for a woman to be sexy. Sometimes it's the most natural thing about a woman that turns you on. It's not all the hair and the makeup and everything else. It's the simple things in life. So thank you for saying that, Chris, because that makes a difference. So Fran says she likes you guys, probably with all the sex talk there. Men want women to stay looking good, but turn around getting a bare belly. So I bring this up on the show all the time. So tell me about that, as far as you want your woman to stay sexy, but then a lot of men do not stay sexy. What is that about?
I don't know.
What was the question?
I don't know.
Can you repeat the question? Really?
I don't know.
We've had this come up multiple times. I am personally not a fan of big belly man. I think as women, we put ourselves together a lot. Women go to the hairdresser, they're working out for the most part, and trying to please you as men. But then you may end up with the big belly. You're not working out as much. You become complacent. What's the deal with that? Why do you want your woman to look a certain way, but you're not taking care of yourself? Can you, and it may not apply to you now, but tell us about your friends or somebody.
You're not happy.
You're not happy, so you let yourself go?
You let yourself go. You're not.
You or the woman you're with?
You're not happy in the situation that you're in. So that means that she's doing something that's not making you happy. So therefore it's reflecting on you. You know what I mean? If you used to go to the gym so and often, and then, things happen in a relationship, no matter if it's emotionally, mentally, financially, you know what I mean? And it messes with a man mentality. You know what I mean? Like it really does. So if you're not keeping yourself up, you can't really expect for her to keep herself up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose anything can happen in a relationship. It's like, okay, or maybe you working too much. Maybe you got to catch up on something or bills or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Y'all created this family thing or whatever. And now we talking about establishing 2, 3, 4 years inside of a relationship. You know what I mean? 5 years inside of a relationship where you're not the same person you was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? So now we in a situation where, okay, I'm waking up every morning. If you're a 9 to 5 man, that's what you do. I wake up every morning, 9 to 5. I go to work and do this. I expect food on, I expect to eat and this and that. And she's not doing that. Internally, y'all relationship is on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? It's rocky. You know what I mean? Something is wrong where physically, mentally, you don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't care how you look. I don't care how I look. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
I think it could be completely opposite sometimes. Like, just watching like my uncles and people who like married and happy, sometimes they get comfortable with the women taking care of them. They get real comfortable in that male role, like, hey, I'm holding it down, I'm taking care of the bills. she's all this time she's been doing her best just to get me. Now she got me, I'm comfortable.
Right.
They just lose sight of self-love and they just get real comfortable. I think that's what happens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Also, some of these women gotta understand you can't be making these good meals every
You
evening,
know?
coming home and not expect.
No excuse.
Man is gonna start. It's gonna
Now
start
that's real
getting
too.
away.
That's another side of it. That's another side of it.
You
You're
know
right.
what I'm
You're right.
saying?
Mhm.
I agree.
Wanna go out and eat all the time.
All the time.
Dates always a nice restaurant, you know.
And
Real lightweight salads, you eat
Wait,
good.
you want the woman to look 2 years, 3 years, 10 years from now, gonna need to start look and take care of themselves. I see it all the time, but as men age, they do not do well. Not in that department. I agree. So someone says Chris is realistic, so they like that, you know, just the simplicity in a woman. Someone said Chris is shy. He is shy, but when you meet him, trust me, he'll talk to you a lot. Clarissa says Chris is talking truthfully, and Fran must be cracking up people in the chat because she's saying stuff. She said Fran actually said Chris looks worried. And Sandra says, okay, I hope I'm not hurting anyone's feelings, but come on, if you're in a serious relationship, grow the hell up and keep it moving. So I think, I'm not sure if that has to do with, you know, the long distance relationship. Let's see, when you decide to become one in marriage, all that bull is a no-no. You do what it takes to make the marriage work. It's called hard work. She says a panelist on the younger side. So yes. Okay. And Neil says long distance does not work, at least without a target date of uniting. Other than that, it's an inevitable disaster. One of you will cheat physically or emotionally. And someone said someone cheats, but I don't know who she's referring to there. So let's talk about hygiene. What do you expect or want from a woman as far as hygiene?
Oh man.
Oh wow.
You just hey, listen.
Clean, smelling
Keep
good.
that pH balance right.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, you gotta be right.
They call the landing strip is one of them. The bald eagle. I'm trying to remember the stuff.
Oh.
Here, guys. What's the preference? We want to know what men want.
I like it bald. I like the bald eagle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like a little hair, not too bald, not looking like a little child. A little hair is for me is
Oh wow.
can't be too bald.
I don't care. I don't care. You hear me?
I like zero hair down there because I go there very often. That's why.
Yeah. I like it clean.
Like it must.
Nice and clean.
I consider myself very clean, so I expect the same way. You know, that's it.
But see, listen, she only get a wax every 2 weeks now. So
Right.
you know, when you get down to that last couple of days, and you know, she got a little something down there.
Oh, it ain't gonna stop nothing, but I'm just
That's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna stop.
I like it bald.
Okay. So I'm gonna wrap up the show tonight. I really want you guys to. I have my handy dandy glass bowl. I'm just gonna randomly pick questions and ask you guys, and then I'm gonna ask you to really let us know what you want from every perspective as we close. So let's see what happens. Are men complicated and are women complicated? Xavier.
We're both complicated. We're both complicated. Women, I feel a little bit more complicated, but as a man, you gotta just be patient, have a little more patience with them, and understanding their complication. But I feel like the women are a little bit more complicated.
Okay, so Chris, when single, do you get lonely and what do you do?
I learned how to, have fun being single. I'm already tired of having friends with benefits, to be honest. So I really wanted to kind of settle, maybe have a kid one day because I'm getting a little bit old. So I'm just doing what I have to do, but like, keeping myself happy somehow, because it's just, I know it's not easy to find the right one. And I know that if I do, I will know. So I think complications between partners is more when they don't have the trust or the right communication. I think when there is communication and honesty, it makes things much easier, in my opinion. Like something that you don't like, you can just say, hey, I just don't like the way you did this or whatever, and you can fix it right away. You don't have to hold anything.
Okay, thank you. And Kaylin, complete this. I wish I had someone to share what with.
My life partner. That's what I'm working on right now. So I feel like I found the one. It's going well. So I think it's all about, having that, being at a certain point in your life. So having all the tools that life give you to be able to get through and work on a relationship, because it is hard work. So, but I think it takes us men as leaders to take the step and say, hey, let me analyze this, let me listen, let me, see how she's thinking, how she feel about certain things. So, it's a lifetime partner.
Okay. And Antonia, what is your waiting period for intimacy?
24 hours.
Man, yikes.
No. Okay, 24 hours.
No. I'm be real. If I'm talking about like dating you, it's on the woman. You know what I'm saying? I think the longest that I've ever waited was about 6 months. It was about 6 months, which was cool because she was somebody I actually really, really liked. You know what I mean? Like I really liked her. So, and she's still my best friend to this day. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so we're gonna go around and just ask everyone to sum it up. What do men want from your perspective? And especially cover anything that we didn't touch on tonight. Xavier.
What do I want from women? Faithfulness, faithful, have goals, long term, short term, just be adventurous, support, definitely gotta have your support. I support you, you support me. Communication, you gotta have communication. Let's just put everything on the table. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss our day. Let's discuss what happened yesterday, what's gonna happen today. Like, let's just talk about it. Take care of home. You don't have to do everything. I'm not saying the woman got to do everything, but if you're home, just do the necessary. Just come home to a clean home. If you got kids, the kids are right, cook, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I'm home, I'll definitely take care of whatever I got to take care of before you come in. Friendship, gotta have that friendship. Definitely gotta be my best friend. Gotta talk to you about everything. You gotta know my life. You gotta know my ins and outs. Know my moves. Finish my sentences. Just know me and I know you. Give me that time to be independent as a man. Just give me that time. Give me my space to be a man. Let me be a man for you. And give me that. Be patient with me as a man. Things is not going to happen overnight. Yes, I am a man, but it's not going to happen overnight. Everything is not going to happen. If I'm telling you it's going to happen in 6 months, give me the 6 months. Let's not try to cut it down to 2-3 months because you probably have other things in mind or you're trying to make your move and you're trying to fit it in with your schedule. And just a sense of humor. Have a sense of humor. Let's laugh. Let's be goofy together. Let's just do whatever.
Sounds like y'all want a lot that women want too. We want to laugh. We certainly want to laugh, and we need that support. How about you, Chris? What do you want as a man, or what your friends? What do y'all sit down and talk about?
Wow. Really not much. I mean, just move forward together, be honest with each other, and it's just communication. It's not that hard. I mean, you know, if we have to stay in shape and stuff like that, we can work out together. I don't have that problem. But it's just I can make it very simple. Just become my best friend. That's it. You know what I mean? Trust me and I'll trust you.
Okay. How about you, DeKalen?
Friendship, number one. Communication is really huge. Communication, loyalty, partnership, you know, boss level goals, family, good sex. And that's it, really. That's it. You know, it's not much.
Good sex. Women want that too.
Yeah.
So Camilla says, fine, looking men. And Anastasia says, the earlier the woman can find out that the sex is trash, the better. Who's been on the show before says, men are simple creatures. We want a loving, supportive woman who respects us and gives us attention. And Antonio, Neil says for you, 6 months, but you were snagging others at the time, right?
No, actually I wasn't.
Okay.
I was. I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't. Neil, I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't. Because I've had a lot of sex in my lifetime with a lot of different women. So I needed a refresh. So I actually ended up getting baptized. I needed a detox. So I ended up getting baptized. I got baptized and I stopped. I stopped.
Amen.
I stopped because she was somebody that I cared about. I really cared about her. You know what I mean? So I just had to do, like it was a wonderful feeling though, because I felt like I'm talking all this mess, but that's because that's just the type of person that I am. But literally, like I've been on situations where I didn't have sex for a certain amount of time, and things in my life were going better. You know what I mean? It was going better. You know what I mean? I was, I took a point where I became a womanizer at a point in time in my life, and I had to really reevaluate my life and take a look in the mirror and, tell myself like, listen, man, you can't keep on doing this. You know what I mean? To yourself and to women. You know what I mean? Because I looked in the mirror one day and I wasn't happy with who I was, because it was easy for me to have sex with women. It was really easy, like super easy, and I just couldn't do that no more. So, yeah.
Thank you for answering that. I love that. And I'm sure women are melting everywhere because for real though, I think it's about finding the right woman. If you have someone that connects with you with a lot of the things y'all said, right? Then you're willing to make that sacrifice for that woman. It's not really a sacrifice, but you're willing to do what it takes to make it work. And so congratulations on your baptism as well. And I know you didn't get to tell us, Antonio, because that was more answering Neil's question. So what is your final summary of what men want?
Somebody to be their homie, be my friend. Let's talk. If you're into a woman that has, like you want a woman with a nice body, then, help her go to the gym with her. You know what I mean? Do things together. You know what I mean? Be friends, be lovers, be, accountability is one big thing that, be accountable for one another. You know what I'm saying? Guide each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that you don't know. You don't know everything. Sometimes as men, we think we know everything, but we don't. You know what I mean? A lot of women have more experience in a lot of things that we don't have. You know what I'm saying? Be able to teach her the game. You know what I mean? If teach her the game. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if you do have, a child with her, and hopefully she's a daughter, be able to teach your daughter the game. You know what I mean? So love her, love on her, give her random kisses, suck on her toes, do something. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm a type of person, I would literally lick your ear for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, and women love stuff like that. Like when they say the small things, they're literally talking about the small things. You feel me? So That's my take on that, man. So just be somebody that, you know, just be yourself and be natural. Like, you don't got to get done up all the time. Sometimes I just want to see you in a dad hat and a ponytail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the way you are. You know what I'm saying? If I wake up to you in the morning and you look like Chewbacca, I'm going to love Chewbacca. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, that's my take on it, man.
Thank you. And Neil says, okay, I respect that. Self-awareness to change. So thank you guys for joining us. And for the viewers, please stay tuned for The Edge After Dark, which is a follow-up to this conversation. So in the next 5 minutes, we'll be logging back in with a different panel. So come back and join us, including you guys, for The Edge After Dark. Please go on and respond to all the comments, guys, because some of them are for you guys and we didn't get to them all personally. But thanks for joining the Caribbean Edge tonight. And for the viewers, thanks for tuning in. One love and have a wonderful evening. See you soon.
Hey, man. Good to meet you guys.
All right. Good talk.